New Orleans Saints fans, I have been sitting here thinking about the legacy of this team, and honestly, it feels like the end of an era is approaching faster than any of us want to admit. Today, a major update is developing that could shake up everything we thought we knew about the upcoming season. It is not just about the game anymore, but about loyalty and the heartbeat of this locker room. The more details come out, the harder it is to ignore what is going on behind the scenes. Hit that like button and drop your name and city in the comments below. Let's get into it. The New Orleans Saints legend Cam Jordan is officially returning for one final ride, confirming that the greatest defensive end in our franchise history will suit up for his 16th season in black and gold. Since he was drafted in the first round back in 2011, Cam has been the heartbeat of this defense, racking up a record 132 sacks and becoming the ultimate embodiment of what it means to be a Saint. And honestly, for us as fans, seeing him in any other jersey would have been a gut punch because he represents the spirit of this city. On Tuesday, June 16, 2026, the team announced the deal, with Jordan expressing deep gratitude to the community he calls family. The contract is expected to be a veteran minimum deal laden with performance incentives, allowing our front office to maneuver around the tight salary cap. Here is where it gets interesting because Jordan is coming off an incredible bounce-back year where he tallied 10.5 sacks under head coach Kellen Moore. Let's be real, many doubted him after 2 down seasons, but his resurgence proved that he still has plenty left in the tank. That matters because the team plans to continue the snap count management that kept him fresh and effective throughout last year. Now here's the thing. Fans are feeling an overwhelming sense of nostalgia and pride seeing him commit to a proper retirement on his own terms. With 243 career games played and a reputation for unparalleled durability, Jordan is chasing history with 7 more sacks needed to crack the NFL all-time top 10 list. We are thrilled to see our franchise leader return home for one last mission, knowing that the Who Dat Nation will be behind him every single snap of the way as he closes out his Hall of Fame journey. The decision to bring Cam Jordan back for a farewell tour is the culmination of a long, uncertain offseason where the future of our franchise legend hung in the balance. After an underwhelming 2023 and 2024, many wondered if the veteran was truly washed. But his resurgence under Kellen Moore and defensive coordinator Brandon Staley shifted the narrative entirely. By recording 10.5 sacks last year, Jordan proved that his struggles were mostly due to previous coaching mismanagement rather than physical decline. And honestly, it is refreshing to see a player who loves this city as much as we do get the respect he deserves. Let's be real, the front office is working with a tight budget of roughly $7 million in cap space, so bringing him back on what is likely a veteran minimum deal near $1.6 million is a massive win for Mickey Loomis. That matters because the organization needs his veteran presence to mentor the younger edge rushers while keeping our defense competitive. Historically, we have seen greats like Reggie White and Bruce Smith defy father time at age 37, so this gamble has plenty of historical precedent. Jordan remains incredibly durable, having missed only 2 games in his entire 243-game career, which gives the coaching staff confidence that he can remain an anchor in a situational role. Here is where it gets interesting. The staff likely views this as a perfect hybrid role where they keep him fresh on about 50% of snaps to maximize his impact. Now, here is the thing. He is only 7 sacks away from breaking into the top 10 all-time, providing a major emotional narrative for this final chapter. The return of Cam Jordan for one final ride is the ultimate swan song for a franchise legend. And as New Orleans Saints fans, we could not ask for a better leader to anchor our defense under head coach Kellen Moore. That matters because Jordan provides the veteran stability and high football IQ necessary to navigate a transitional year, ensuring our younger pass rushers have a mentor while he continues to hunt down legendary career milestones. Here is where it gets interesting regarding the roster, as his likely league minimum deal keeps our salary cap flexibility intact while he occupies a specialized role playing roughly half the snaps to stay fresh. His impact on the depth chart allows us to rotate talent effectively, keeping the unit energized without overworking our aging superstar. Let's be real, this move changes our outlook for upcoming high-stakes battles against division rivals, as having a proven sack artist who can still disrupt the pocket on 3rd down gives us a massive edge in close games. Facing teams with new schemes like the ones led by Robert Saleh in Tennessee or the defensive looks we might see from Mike Vrabel in New England, having Jordan's veteran presence provides a tactical advantage that simply cannot be quantified by stats alone. Now here's the thing. His resurgence under this new staff gives us a legitimate puncher's chance to clinch a wildcard spot or fight for the division crown. With Jordan pushing for the top 10 all-time sack list, the entire team has a rallying cry to send our hero out on top. As we look at the schedule, our pass rush looks deeper and more dangerous, turning what was once a liability into a defensive strength that will define our season. Who Dat, let us make this final campaign one for the history books. On one side, bringing Cam Jordan back for his final ride is a massive win for our culture and locker room. His resurgence under Kellen Moore and defensive coordinator Brandon Staley last year proves that his technique and football IQ are still elite, even at 37. By keeping his snap counts around 50%, we preserve his explosiveness, allowing him to hunt quarterbacks without burning out. That matters because a mentor of his caliber is invaluable for the younger edge rushers trying to make a name for themselves in New Orleans. But on the other side, the risks are impossible to ignore. We are betting that a 37-year-old body can repeat a 10-sack season, and history shows that age-related decline often happens overnight. If the production dips, we are essentially taking snaps away from developing players for a sentimental swan song that potentially hinders our defensive growth. Around the league, analysts are split, with some praising the savvy veteran leadership, while others whisper that the Saints are clinging to the past instead of fully committing to a necessary rebuild. Teams like the Tennessee Titans under Robert Saleh or the surging Minnesota Vikings under Nolan Teasley are clearly pivoting toward younger, faster rosters, which has the media wondering if our front office is prioritizing nostalgia over tactical necessity. And honestly, my real take here is that this is the perfect middle ground. Personally, I think keeping Cam as a situational pass rusher is a genius move for our team morale and defensive scheme. He is a franchise legend who deserves to retire on his own terms as a Saint, and as long as his role remains capped, he will provide the leadership and clutch production we desperately need to stay competitive in the NFC South. Who Dat? We are keeping the heart of this team home for one last dance. The return of Cam Jordan for one final season signals that our franchise is prioritizing veteran leadership and stability while we fully transition into the Kellen Moore era. That matters because keeping a foundational piece of Saints history allows the younger core to learn from a legend who still produces at a high level. Let's be real, this move provides more than just production. It gives our defense an emotional anchor as we navigate the competitive landscape of the NFC. You should feel optimistic heading into this year because Jordan proved last season that his tank is far from empty. When you pair his recent double-digit sack resurgence with his incredible durability, you have a player who remains a major mismatch for opposing offensive tackles. Here is where it gets interesting regarding our long-term trajectory. By managing his snaps under this new staff, we are maximizing his efficiency while grooming the next generation of pass rushers to eventually fill his massive shoes. And honestly, having his voice in the locker room as we push for a playoff spot is the ultimate luxury for a team looking to reclaim its status as a league powerhouse. Now, here's the thing. Witnessing a potential Hall of Famer ride off into the sunset in black and gold is something we should all cherish deeply. With his historical climb up the all-time sack list, every game this season carries an added layer of prestige for our fan base. How many sacks do you predict Cam Jordan will record in this final swan song season before he officially retires? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Who Dat? I'll see you in the next one.